case you haven't heard this, Dean, like one day, a long time ago, he goes, they call it 50-50. I call it 90-10.
Here, please. Okay, partner, Jocko.
Who's that?
Jocko. Jocko. I didn't think you like. What? How do you say it? Niche. Jocko. So one thing cool about being with the brown and black belts, of course, is we can jump right to some pretty cool stuff. Of course, we know fundamentally, basically, the real small details. We don't want to skip over them, but we can start with right now one of my favorite combinations that. Maybe someone else did it 100 years ago or 50 years ago or 1,000 years ago, but no one ever showed it to me, and I beat like 5 world champions with this in competition. And I don't know, in training, I don't know, out of hundreds of people I beat in some training, okay? I've even used this in MMA, all right? It works with, well, gi, it works with gi, but helics are not allowed, so maybe it doesn't work. You might lose by disqualification, okay? So you'll
but
see.
You win on pride.
Got him.
So what happens is a very basic leg lock from half guard that it's so simple. I don't know why no one really thought about it before. And if someone has, let me know. I just never seen it before. Now there's some modifications and some improvements I made over the years for how I beat some also really tough opponents with straight knee locks. But I figured out people after a while saw my straight knee lock, couldn't saw how I beat very, very good, one of the best in history, Saul Ribeiro in competition, one of the best, of course, one of my idols, very, very accomplished person. But I beat him with a move that people didn't really see, and then people knew about it, so I'm like, people know about it, they're expecting it. So I found a more efficient way that's more complicated, but not that hard to learn. Okay, let's just do it. If my opponent, Jocko, is on his back, it's actually not easy to do. I mean, I can, but it's far away. What's available is you can do it past the guard. So you see when someone is ready, they're gonna get to the side a lot of times, you know, boom. But now you see the way, even for the knee lock itself, it's more available now because it's, the defense for me passing would not be the correct defense for the leg lock in this case. Simply put like this, no one really sees this, so simple. Now this does look like a pass, like we can step up here and I can fall next and pass, but all I'm just doing is stepping up like that. When I fall next, I gather, I don't have to grab the foot, just hold. And I fall next to my opponent and I'm over. And I have a nice heel look right now. And it's very hard to do a lot of this. But if he is able to, well, he's able to, I mean, he's able to turn more at 411, heel look. If by some miracle he turns more, I have the back. And I've done that, like, it's just like, if I know 4 moves ahead of you what you're doing, it's just like cheating in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's not even fair. Now the first move is really effective. It's like, could be a 90% chance to get people. I'll mention the names of people I could, but I don't want to go into that. You know, it's a lot of people, and they knew it was coming even, and it was they couldn't stop it. Now I think the Brazilians, very high level, the smart people in Brazil, I think they got together and talked about this move because the 5th time I tried it, well, I got greedy, and I lost 2 points because I got sweat because I got greedy on the move. Okay, so gotta take some ownership of the situation, right? It doesn't work from here. Why did I do it? Against Joao Assis, not that smart. I actually got up here and just get on top. Look, it's like 2 points. I was like, what the hell was that? It was 0-0 up to that point, right? Well, don't do it with that hook. Yeah, you need to have a position here. Control. You can be here as well. Right? So what we do is we step, simply stepping up. My foot is blocking my stomach. Who's familiar with my term, the door stopper? Right? Door stopper usually encompasses me controlling the opposite hip with my foot. So you can't turn. I don't prefer this. Right? Different story. Yeah, people turn easy. Okay? I prefer to be here. Right? Door stopper. In this case, the door stopper is across the stomach. Half guard. Step up. Just keep this tight to you. Now, Jocko, put your legs down like a dead man. Jocko will do that. I'm like, fuck. I'll be like, all right, go. And I'll mount him because there's no guard. So someone could actually let you pass the guard, and it would be actually smart in this case.
Didn't get tapped.
Yeah, and I'll be like, what's up now? I'm mounted, huh? You talk smack like that all the time, by the way. Don't be alarmed. So, but think about it. He wants me to say, look, I can maybe look when I'm passing, but I prefer not to sell that. I want to be over. and I fall next. If I don't fall backwards, you'll lose it. Right, goes over. So my left foot now is similar like the doorstopper, but it's across the stomach. Here's what half you're doing. You're falling back, and the thing is there. You fall over. Could you get it? Maybe. Now when I say fall next to him, you'll see I won't be literally like this close. I'll probably be around here, but I fall that direction. So I block, I do gather the leg, and I fall here. Look, so what happens is I'm stuck at this angle. So I fall next, but I'm not going to end up next to him. But I fell to my left side. So my left foot now is similar like the doorstopper, but it's across the stomach. And I turn. We'll look at this detail soon. I prefer to have the heel next to my wrist, not in the forearm, right? Now I lock, we'll stretch away. If they're able to turn, let it turn. Take your foot out and cross for a nice knee lock, or you're lucky. If they're able to turn more, we have a nice 411. If they're able to turn more, back. So now we have the encompassing switching between types of leg locks. With their movement, they're doing the work for me, and even passing the guard, maybe getting the back. So you see how we could actually expand from a very, very simple technique. Questions on this so far?
Knee bar, are you flaring your knees open, or are you clamping?
Oh, squeeze, right? Yeah, if you flare open, it's bad news. It goes in. For yourself. Unless you're wearing a cup, that doesn't matter. Right? Other questions? Yeah, squeeze very tight, just like an arm lock. You would squeeze tight in the tricep. In this case, you squeeze tight by the knee.
Are you flaring to control his hip? Or you...
So a basic knee lock itself, that's what I do for you. I would actually just, my knees are squeezing very tight together. I wouldn't even flare that open up like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would squeeze very tight. And now he's in big trouble. So now squeezing tight, I take a little angle, and it's very effective. All right, step up. Now, he turns real soon. Look, you let out, boom, it's got him. He falls right into the trap. Hold. See, his leg became the shape of a knee lock. I just conformed myself around it. Before, his leg was the shape of a heel look. I conformed my body around it, okay? If I get too rigid, let's say, he turns and he goes here. So what happens is I lost it. I don't have a knee lock. I just have to let him go back. I have to just let him roll over, move my leg. I just have to simply pick my leg up, move it so he doesn't fall on it. So I know what you're saying. Yes, you see what I just did. That would be subpar, right? Well, here, he tries to move. Take my leg out. See, my leg went out.
Yeah.
See, just hold him fall on your leg. Makes sense? It looks kind of smooth. I'm not saying I look smooth. I'm saying it looks like smooth when you do it correctly because they put themselves on knee lock. And the leg's going to be straight too. If it's bent, heel look city. They're going to have the leg straight anyways. It's a free straight knee bar or knee bar, right? Right? The 411. Jocko came with that name because it sounds like 4 and 11 because we've dealt that for like 11. But let's say it came from someone who's pretty smart called it 411. Many ways to get here. How I originally got here, and once again, all due respect for the history, Officer Javier was here. Well, that's when I got here. I moved here. That's a whole different subject. But I know, okay, I have this move that no one really does. And I'm going to use it right now. I kind of give a little space because he doesn't want me to get to his back and win by points or choke him, right? So he just put me in guard and I just like that. And then you see his leg became the shape of this. And then, of course, it was an issue. In this case, it might be too late for that. But that, by the way, I would actually be like that, not like this. So let's see how this combines in the combination what we're doing. Because more important to them, to see how leg locks are used in combinations, and also how they're used in combination with guard passing and sweeps. Okay, so open the mind a little bit. I can show one move, but it's better, I think, to have an approach about leg locks, how to include your system. So I go up here, I fall here. He turns super fast, but he turns more. I can just let him slide more to the forward up. That's where we just were. Isn't that funny how close these are related? Watch this, turn that way. I can also get knee knot. They're really related, you see? And the thing is, if I know where our opponent's going before he does, all I have to do is turn his foot, and he rolls into it deeper, and the knot is tighter, okay? Yeah. That's all it is. So, let's go back, lock, go back over, roll back way up, more. So it was here. It was here. It's a little clumsy going backwards. He turns, knee lock. Let's see, he turns more. Sit up, turn your knees to the opponent. That's the 411. Now, grab the heel. Nice and easy. Hold the wrist. All the way. Nice and easy. 411. If I don't control this far leg, he turned away from me. That's his way out, actually. Okay. Now, so the answer is to hold this, collect this leg, so now turn. You can't turn. Of course, here, so, you know, I have even a submission already. So there's a principle in Sambo, just crossing his legs. In Sambo, they'll do this, fall back for a leg lock, and cross your legs over like this. You know, it works, by the way. What are you gonna do now, huh? What are you gonna do, huh? Yeah, you're stuck, okay? So crossing his legs is actually a principle in Sambo, okay? I don't focus on that personally. It's not wrong. It's just it's a new focus, which I prefer to look at my hips first. Now turn away from me. I think that's more important, but it's kind of like a prerequisite, right? So holding this leg, you know, even here, look at that. It's worse, okay? But if I don't have the right hip position and I grab his leg, I see myself actually losing. Yeah, I see myself. Let's say that something is important, but my hip position is more important. But I'm also old school.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, like, you can go back there again. Dean cleaned this up for me 6 months ago. Scaped a bunch of my heel hooks and shit, and it's a little bit of invisible. Go like bad hips. So like this is bad hips, right? And it's a little bit of invisible jiu-jitsu because it doesn't look like that much, but go good hips. This is I feel like a complete, like I'm gonna die, or I'm gonna tap soon. Whereas the other one, if he puts his bad hips, I feel like, oh,
even there,
we got a pretty good situation here. I'm probably gonna get out of this. And if it's Dean, he's 100% gonna get out. But there, I'm 100. Look what happened to my foot. Actually, Andy and Mark, you remember Andy? You're like, oh, I'm just putting my foot down, and I was like, hey, move your hips a little bit. So if he does bad hips, my foot's on the ground, and I can kind of look. I'm gonna start to control some stuff. I get this leg free. When he does good hips, I got some problems.
So just like you're saying, I think that should be the focus. But what he's talking about is not wrong. It's maybe a newer technique, okay? And I can always learn from the young guys that come up with all kinds of cool new stuff. The idea is if I control this leg, turn away, it does make it harder. But I still have the angle that's more important. Now watch this. Sloppy hips. Turn away from me. It helps, but see how you can turn his hips more. So it's an aid. I prefer to make this the focus than the top leg the focus, okay? So let's say, there's a common escape people teach, you know, the Brooks and I get because he looks illegal. This is legit, so put me in, you know, I just want to say real fast, it's a little tangent. Oh, yeah, this. So people don't go, okay, they'll go sit up, they'll hold your foot, and they'll pull, okay? Now finish me. Oh, go. That's 411, but also watch this. Now push it back over to open, you know. Oh, that's the Russian, you know. So the thing is, when someone does that to escape, it's pretty effective with the gi and with no helixes. Yeah, it's legit. But if think about this, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I can't even move. Let me out.
Think about what?
Let me out of here now, God. He has me here. Okay, so just go for the straight knee lock. So I'm gonna sit up and hold his knee, open it apart, and scoot in. Now, just pull it across the body. Look at that. This is the Russian knee knot, or game over. Okay. Yeah, all these things. Look, I can't really move. I mean, I can like ask for help. Help me. Let go of my knee. Let go of my knee. You can do that as well. You better let go. Doesn't work too usually, but it's so super tight. Now, there's many ways to get here, but this is just an introduction of what is the Russian knee knot. Also used to call it game over because the game is pretty much over. So we start here, and yeah, this escape works. But most people don't know the Russian knee knot, so it works. You sit up, you open the knee and pull. But it's gonna push it over. Boom. This is a tangent, breaking the 4-count series we're doing, but because I was asked by 3 different people about the Russian knee knot. That's one of the great ways to introduce this movement. Okay. And once again, where is it on the wrist? Put it in your forearm. Put it in your forearm. Yeah. So go professional. So slip. Now go back for the wrist. Snap the punch. That's it. Okay? Makes sense? So now we're just including, this is a closed circuit situation. His feet are not open, like open outside actually or something. This is just crossing this. With the 411 is closed circuit, 50-50 is closed circuit. And the knee, so what he's doing, his knees flexing toward me is a sign that his hips are going to be facing me. If his knees are facing away from me, it's still, I'm in trouble, but I can actually probably escape from here. I'm taking a chance, but I have a chance to escape. If you're here, I'm just like really no chance. Okay, so this is all little things we're going to incorporate real soon. Question on this? Let's just start this as a tangent. What's up?
So on this one, Jocko's flaring his knee out to keep him
no,
down.
Actually, but I want the other knee facing me too. Yeah. So it's actually like that.
Okay.
He was making a point. That's a lot better actually. So they won't be flaring out. The hip scoots away, so he's actually facing me. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So his hip scoots away, so he faces me. If he's, yeah, now I'm in really, look, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, I can do this, right? Get arm locked. I've got high-level guys in that too. Put my head out like this, they'll reach and those arm lock themselves.
Sometimes when he says high-level guys, he's talking about me.
I tell that story real fast. Yeah, real fast story. So I'm here with Jocko, I don't know, 5 years ago, and we're training. And he's like, we're stuck here. And I go like this, he goes like that. And Jocko reaches. And I go, ah! He goes, God damn it, you motherfucker. Go! Whatever. We train again, and I go like this, and Jocko goes, he goes, no! Like, he couldn't retract the message, couldn't, no! Ah! So there's all kinds of maybe possibilities. You know, anyone ever lock your keys in your car? And you're like, no! It's like
that. Only it hurt more.
Yeah, exactly. So let's look at this as a tangent, right? Because I want us to look next at the 411, which is, I think, in my opinion, superior to the Russian knee knot. And then we'll look at the way to let go. And I was thinking about the option of passing the guard, getting the back. You know, if someone hides the legs from me, I can pass, right? Or I can maybe get the back. If someone has a good guard and stops them from passing, the guard is usually accessible to attack for a leg lock. So let's look. I've actually done the training where I'm like, I don't want to leg lock the guy because I want to see how I can read his movements. You see how what he does, because he has to turn the right direction. Oh, by the way, if he doesn't turn at all, I'll say, bro, what do you know? I'll have his heel. I'll be like, oh, escape. I'll wait for him and I'll kind of guide him along because I want to expand my next move so I get one step ahead of my opponent, right? So let's say I'm here. He falls. If he goes the wrong way, he loses. Yeah, you can't though, right? Go the other way. Go, you know. So he has to go this way. So go and let it go. Go, keep going. It's funny how I kind of just did nothing in a way, but I had to threaten each move. I did guide his leg along, but he actually I realized I was in half guard on the other side. He realized I was on the other leg in front of his legs. Now I have it back or what we call field side control, either one. Okay. So go back again. So you okay? So now
field side control is actually named after me in this position.
we just have insulting names here. So we have one side saddle. We have one called park bench. This park bench is miserable, by the way. So someone say okay, you say to me 411, or just say normal heel look. Just call it that. Normal heel look. Normal heel look. Or you say it's 411, or you say knee lock, or you say back control. This was it. Back control. All right. It's a drill. All right, go back in. Next move. Notice how he's not resisting, but he is moving. Okay. And next we go.
Normal heel up.
Wait.
What's 411?
Alright. Let's do one more. You see how you get to where you have to react to your opponent, but he's not trying to beat me, right? He's just trying to get his mouth. To where that's a real motion, it goes like that. It goes like that fast or that slow because this guy is going kind of a desperation into unfamiliar territory. I don't know where he's going, right? Who's last one?
Park bench.
Park bench is just this, by the way. It's just this. And it sucks. Because you're like, fuck, just let me off the park bench. You're like, no. Look at his face. He just like covered his face right now. By the way, when he gets to the park bench, back on park, he gets some revenge, so let's just say that too. And I don't like the park bench either. All right, so let's say the first move is very dominant. He's over here, like boom, it's high, hard, but he does turn. Knee lock, he does turn 411, he does turn more. Right, look at that. Okay. So I suggest right now with our partners, I want the bottom person to say, you can say first heel look, or basic, or whatever, you come with your own word for it, or knee lock, or you say 411, you can say, you call honey hole or whatever, saddle, I don't like how that sounds personally, but whatever. Or you say back control, right? And you see, I want you to skip to the appropriate angle, and it may not make sense right now for everyone very well because it's pretty advanced, but you see my opponent is doing all the work for me, and he has to go that way or he loses. And I face people who are faster than me, stronger than me. I'd be considered strong, but there's people who are stronger than me. Fast, be like average probably. But guys, faster. If I'm 2 steps ahead of you, I don't need to be much faster actually. I can be slower than you, okay? So that's what we're trying to do. That was it. Precision and timing beats power and speed. You know, Floyd Mayweather says it makes sense. You know, well, yeah, McGregor. Who did he get it from? Doesn't matter. He's right though. He's right. So if I have leverage techniques, and I know where you're going before you do, I'm going to beat you. Hopefully every time. Okay. You're going to find some crazy strong, crazy fast people that are very erratic and might escape, get lucky. But with this kind of crew, with people who have 2 legs and 2 arms, it works. Okay. What's up?
When you try and stop them at each station? Like if when you and I are training, are you trying to stop at the first heel hook? And then, all right, if I miss that and I'm turning, you're trying to get them, or sometimes you're like, you know what? He's moving really fast right now. You judge that at A and you go straight to D.
So, like, we can actually do it as a warm up. Like I let you go through the motions, like that was just flowing.
Right.
Or like in training, I'm usually going for the first move.
So you're just going for the first one.
But now I'll go. Let's say I'm catching my partner all the 89% chance in the first move. I go now. I'm going to let him out of the first move and the second. But I have to graduate like a step, like a ladder. There's a ladder. Like I got to go through this step first to actually. I mean, I can jump, but you have to be really advanced or let's say really athletic to jump.
In competition, do you ever think I'm going to skip? I mean, I know how you're going to answer this, but like consciously, like, okay, I know that he's going to defend this with this, so I'm going straight to C.
If I know he's read my first move, I'm ready with the second move. It builds muscle memory. It's like typing or like A, B, C, D, F, G. But if I have the ability to go from A to D to F, my opponent's going A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He has to count faster than me vocally. Then the mind can go faster. You can skip numbers, so you can skip steps, of course, with a very appropriate opponent. I've done that. There was only that one guy that beat with us, very also super title guy was Cyborg Dementia Blue. His name is Cyborg. He's a world champion. It was here. Here's what I did. He was one of the few in competition that got here, and he turned, and for whatever it is, it got to where I was 50-50, and I got him at that point. I forget how or why he turned a different angle, and I don't usually practice that one, but because I go from A, B, C, D so many times, and he was younger than me, strong, very, very tough guy. It ended up 50-50. But he almost healed me. It's funny, when this situation happened, 50-50, people don't usually go for my feet. So I didn't cross my feet in time. And I was going for it as he went for mine. And I was like, wow, I turned. Oh, caralho. So he almost got me healed. So I got myself a little slip in there, okay? So
in case you haven't heard this, Dean, like one day, a long time ago, he goes, they call it 50-50. I call it 90-10. Which I think is pretty funny.